Hello and welcome. It's late homework. Shall we play in English?
Do they have Mesopotamian or Esperanto?
You gotta unlock those.
Damn it! Okay, so we're gonna pause the stream while we do this off screen. It's gonna take a couple of years.
Wonder what this screen's inspired by. And this music. Sound familiar?
Very Silent Hill 1.
Oh, yeah.
Then when you mentioned this to me, I went and had a look at it on Steam, and I was like, oh, it's Silent Hill 1 with anthropomorphic cats.
That is the goal, and it's a respectable performance towards that goal. Goes a little too Silent Hill, but I guess it's more Silent Hill than Silent Hill F, so that's something.
Yeah, Silent Hill F was a fantastic game. It just wasn't really Silent Hill.
Yeah. Let's check the most important thing, costumes. How do we want this cat to be dressed? Going to school, so student would be appropriate. Injured.
That bobblehead oh, okay, we have to pick that one.
Yeah, I figured we were going with that one.
Come on, how could we not?
Yeah, no kidding, but we also have the witch. We could be like the Heather Mason with the magic wand.
Oh yeah, the Princess Heart costume.
Yeah, that's the one. But no, we'll do the iconic Heather Mason look.
Still one of my favorite character designs in any game.
It is excellent. Brilliant in its simplicity. Those old Silent Hill games were as close to perfection as gaming's ever gotten.
I mean, the character models for 3 and 4 still look fantastic even today.
Yeah. Square is confirmed in this game. Hopefully I'll remember that for the rest of the run.
Yeah.
Cat is struggling in school.
No thoughts, just meow meow.
Yep. Not enough treats. Can't focus.
This time will be different.
Literally, late homework is the stakes. I do like that she has the costume cutscene.
Yeah, this intro kind of reminds me a bit of Rule of Rose.
Yeah, I can sort of see that.
It starts off on a bus as well.
Yeah, Rule of Rose has a lot of surface level similarities to Silent Hill. Once you get under the surface, though, you're in for your own unique hell.
Also a bit of the... I forget which one it was, but the Animal Crossing game that was on the DS, which I imagine is probably intentional.
Yeah, I do think the character designs are based on Animal Crossing.
No, 100%.
Hanako. Wasn't Silent Hill F Hinako or something?
Hinako, yeah.
Yep. But they worked in a cat pun, so I guess it's worth it. If this game had come out after Silent Hill F, it would be way too much of a Silent Hill ripoff.
Yeah.
By sheer coincidence, though, Silent Hill F accidentally is similar to this game. And this just barely skirts onto the line. unique to Silent Hill.
Oh yeah, it came out like a whole year before.
Yeah, quite a decent amount. Like before Silent Hill F was even announced.
I think it had been announced at that point, but we hadn't seen anything about it until like this time last year, more or less.
Fair enough. Although this was before its Steam release, this was a Game Jam game of a much smaller scope. So it had been around for about a year before the Steam release.
Yeah, not really surprised at that. A lot of the games that we've done, full stop,
Yep.
were like Hunt PS1 demo disc stuff or Game Jam stuff.
Yep. It's becoming a big indie staple is how they support each other. They find like prototypes, promote them, get them made into full games.
Yep.
This is a game by Soda Raptor, is the developer, who does a lot of like LSD Dream Simulator inspired games.
Good name.
Yeah, very surreal PS1 style. This one is by far the least surreal of their work.
Well, the PS1 aesthetics become huge in indie horror circles over the last year or two.
Yeah, if you can do it well, then you have a career. You are Botster or any number of other developers who just do the PS1 style. It's great effect.
I mean, we've suddenly got like 3 separate Parasite Eve games coming out in the next year or so, all with the exact same visual aesthetic style.
Here we go. Should be a nice short game. Get the homework and go home.
5 minutes. And then head down to Winchester and wait for this all to blow over.
Tank controls. Woo. A lot of physics on the hair, too. The original character model does not have hair, so.
Agree. Oh, cool, brass knuckles. Oh, that's a key. Sorry.
In a pinch, you could use them as such.
I mean, I'm legally obligated not to tell you that that's ever happened to me.
Yep. Just face the key side towards the target. Go for the eyes.
Also, having all your keys on a carabiner, and not just for lesbian culture.
Yep.
Also works in a pinch if you're being mugged.
I'm there myself.
I'm not sure if that counts as appropriation on my part or not. Think about that. It kind of looks more like a prison.
Yeah, it does from this angle. Honestly, school frequently looks like a prison from just about any angle. No time for exposition. Get to work. Get to school on time. Found the flashlight. First person. I didn't know there was a first person button the last time I played this. That would have helped with one of the puzzles. And an over the shoulder.
That's an unlockable, because the first couple of Silent Hill games famously had first person mode as an unlockable.
Yeah, could well be.
Definitely in the first one. I can't remember if it was in the second or the third, but yeah, once you completed the game the first time, you hit a button and you could go into first person mode. More or less unplayable, I should say.
Yep.
But it was interesting to look at things.
I'm just looking for the run button, which is... Our run speed is barely any different from our walk speed. There it is.
As long as she doesn't make any panting kitty noises, that's okay.
Nope. Too dignified. If this were a dog protagonist, that's when you do the
Oh,
panting.
100%. Okay, that's just trying a bit too hard now.
Yep. Yeah, like, it's
Save some references for the rest of us, Jesus.
it's impressive how accurately it is recreating the Silent Hill style, but it's going
Oh, 100%.
really hard on it. A lot of games try and don't do nearly this well at looking like Silent
No,
Hill.
like, change the font to one that's actually used in Silent Hill, and I would have been like, oh, okay, this is something, like, this is a document that I missed somewhere, clearly.
Yeah. And like the sound effects, like in the title screen, when you select things, it makes the almost exact Silent Hill noise, just like the very faintest changing of pitch. But it's
Yeah.
not a pitch shifting of the original sound. It is a original, handcrafted sound of near identical tone.
Yeah, because I'm fairly certain that sound effect is just public domain from a sound library.
Could be. I have heard,
heard it in
extremely
other
similar
things.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that number. If you know where Mitsuki is.
Well, I'm sure that means nothing.
Sometimes it goes into Resident Evil 4 cam. Can't make a call. No change. Became incredibly unprepared. Phone book surviving in the rain.
The fact that there's a phone book there at all.
Yeah. Not a modern day experience, apparently. Maybe they still exist in Japan, I wouldn't know.
Yeah. I would expect the phone books to still be surviving in Japan, but also I would assume that they haven't had public phones over there in like 15, 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, technology tends to be integrated pretty much everywhere, but Japan and America are notorious for going full bore at new technologies.
Yeah. I mean, even over here, payphones are practically non-existent anymore.
Yep. If you see one, it's definitely the TARDIS.
We do actually have a TARDIS in Glasgow Town Centre. Fully phone box.
Fully functional.
And anatomically got it. Oh, no, wait, that's a different song. Different franchise. Sorry, that's Star Trek.
Wouldn't know either way. I don't know jack shit about sci-fi.
It's Aurelio Voltaire. Does music, comics occasionally. Big Star Trek fan, and did a song called The Sexy Data Tango. Based on the fact that Data got laid in one episode. I've heard there was like a 70s novelty song that goes like, it's Klingons off the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. Oh, yeah,
Things
that
like
was
that.
Star Trekking by The Firm, and it was from the 80s in the UK.
Ah.
Star Trekking across the universe on the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk.
This stream will be all
Probably going
references to music
forward,
no
'cause
one
we
has
can't
ever
find
heard.
reverse.
I titled the stream School for Cats in preparation for this stream to be about nothing that anyone has ever recognized, musically speaking.
And then there's this asshole.
missing person poster.
I don't know if that's really tall for a. It's really tall for a cat. I don't know if it's tall for a cat in this universe.
Yeah, hard to say. 85 pounds is a decent amount for a cat, though.
I think my old cat weighed about that much. At least it felt like it whenever he jumped in my lap.
Mysterious disappearance of Mitsuki Sato. And we're about to go into a school that is increasingly creepy.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, I said this wasn't modern day, but our shirt flashlight thing is our cell phone.
Yeah.
So, somewhat modern.
Could be one of those games that's just like got a whole lot of anachronisms just for shits and giggles.
Yeah. There's always been time fuckery in Silent Hill. You're never 100% sure that you're in, like, the modern era of Silent Hill.
Yeah. I mean, if I remember correctly, the original takes place in like 86, 88.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah, it took me a surprisingly long time to learn that the first Silent Hills of the 80s, the Silent Hill 2 is like early to mid 90s.
Yep.
Their canonical
And
years have all
part
been
one
worked
is
out.
more or less the then present day of the 2000s.
Yep.
I think it's because the games never really draw any attention to what period of time it is, and they don't look like they really belong to any particular period of time.
Totally. And when
Well,
they make
three excluded.
when they make references to time periods, they all are like the 50s. This horrible crime happened in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Or X years before.
Yeah. Tough piss at this urinal.
Yeah, Silent Hill 1 came out in 1999, 2000. And yeah, it wasn't until the supplementary material came out that we found out that it was actually set like the mid 80s.
Yep.
I see the Predators had an accident.
Yep. Whole lot of inexplicable fluids throughout this bathroom.
Or possibly Herbert West.
Yep. One visit from Herbert West would explain it all. It would cease to be
Either way, you don't
inexplicable.
want to be sticking your hand in that goo.
No kidding. Horrible stench inside the van. That's
Feel
never
sorry
been
for
a worry.
whoever happens to be living in there.
Yep. We automatically throw away keys after they've been used, so genius protagonist, quite honestly.
Yeah, I think Heather was 16 in Silent Hill 3.
Sounds about right.
Because they actually make mention of it in the phone call, the weird phone call that she gets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you do the math on that phone call, it actually does make perfect sense that she is having three birthdays at 3 different ages at the same time.
Yeah, because there's the age she was as Alessa, there's the age she was as Cheryl, and the age she is as Heather.
Big spoilers for Silent Hill 1 and 3.
Hey, if any of this is a spoiler to you, like the most discussed game franchise in history, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you've had about 25 years to catch up.
Give or take.
Weird jump scare in there where someone just starts knocking on the door, but there's no one out here. Makes no sense whatsoever.
Silent Hill 2 loved doing that.
True,
Especially in the
yeah.
bathrooms.
Yeah, but that was all in, like, the other world. Did we stumble into the other world? Is there another world?
Oh, look, it's the Circumcision Tron 3000.
Yeah. Being protected by living ground beef. Straight out of Signalis.
Oh yeah. Everyone loves that quivering meat. Yeah, if you're watching this channel, then if you're watching this channel and you haven't played Silent Hill, like that is on you.
Or at least, watched playthroughs or I guess read spoilers somewhere.
Yeah.
Encyclopedic knowledge of Silent Hill is a prerequisite.
Yeah.
We saw 945 scrawled on the wall, and we can assume for no reason whatsoever that 4339 is the rest of the number.
Hmm.
Said we still don't have money. Stop reading the phone book. I ran past the thing that I wanted in my zeal to get back to the phone numbers.
Yeah, the box that looked like it was wrapped up in barbed wire.
There we go.
That's the chap.
Razor wire.
Yeah, not just wire, razor wire.
Yep. And there is a difference between that and barbed wire.
Mm.
Not that you want to put your hands on either version.
No, but one is significantly worse than the other.
Yep. So... 6? I don't know. I guess I should have read the phone book one more time. Meantime, we'll call Mitsuki's house from the missing poster.
Hello, Mother. It's me. I'm alive. Oh, April Fool. Your life sucks now.
Ah.
Okay, for a second there, I thought that was... The weird sounds was reminding me of Prince of Darkness, the John Carpenter movie. There's a bunch of supposedly visions from the future that have weird distortions on it, and it sounded a lot like that.
There's a cheat code that you can enter in that phone booth. I don't much care about the reward, but the cheat code is Vinny Vinesauce's birthday.
Oh.
And it unlocks a skin that is a tribute to him.
Could not tell you what that was if my life depended on it.
Yep, me neither.
I was playing Ultra Kill the other day, and there's a secret room in it that has a ton of skeletons, every single one of which is a reference to another YouTuber.
God.
Only noticed because I recognized that there's a blue skeleton in there wearing a hat, and skulls in this game are used as keys. You need to put them on plinths to open passageways. And it's wearing a hat, which makes it look like Matt McMuscles.
See, that one I would maybe recognize.
He's one of the few big name YouTubers I'm like, okay, this guy's actually halfway interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he did the like, this is what happened on the Splatterhouse development, like the moment that the article came out. And he did an adequate job, but...
Yeah, he's got a whole series called What Happened, which is all about horrible failures and flops in gaming.
Exactly, yeah. He was predisposed to be able to get that exact story out as quickly as possible.
Yep.
I guess it's good that he broadened the understanding of what happened to Splatterhouse.
Yeah. But to be fair, that video was also probably the most attention Splatterhouse 2010 had had in about 15 years.
Yep. Hello. This guy wants the coin.
It's the Shadow Man.
My coin. Get your filthy hands off it. Well, one hand.
One hand attached to many other hands.
Presumably. Now we get to run all the way back to the start. After an earthquake.
Oh no, she fell down. Remember Tal landed awkwardly, flipped and fell off the window ledge, and kind of landed in his tail and made the weirdest noise. It was okay, didn't need to take him to the vet or anything, but I imagine it kind of hurt his butt for a while.
Yeah, probably did him no favors. We have a cat who gets scared of absolutely everything. And one time he misjudged a jump onto the kitchen table and took the entire tablecloth off and just wiped the whole table and terrified himself in the process.
Yeah. You can't really say you've lived with cats until something like that has happened.
Well, we're trapped forever on this side of the school. We'll never be able to
Over at a
progress.
friend's house. Me, him, and his daughter sitting on the sofa. Cat comes running in, top speed, jumps up on the sofa, jumps and lands on every single person's crotch. Just the three of us all going, hip, hip, hey!
Needed a fourth person on the couch. You get stomped right in the groin. Oh, my God.
Everyone else was laughing. We were like, no, it's not funny. It's not funny at all.
Oh, football on the groin had a football on the groin.
Oh, my groin!
Wasn't until watching Exorcist 3 that I realized how good an impression of George C. Scott or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you only get around to watching that recently, or?
Yeah, a couple months ago. I built a bridge for this.
There's another film of his I'm trying to remember the name of. Hardcore, that's it. Very good film. Very, very dark. It's mid-70s. Right about the time porno chic was a thing. Can't really say much more than that, even though like the movie poster kind of gives away a big plot twist, but very good film. Very recommended.
Isn't that one of those movies that's about snuff films?
No. It's about the seedier side of that kind of industry.
Right.
But not straight up snuff movies.
Yeah, it gets mentioned alongside like 8mm frequently.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's almost like the blueprint for 8mm. But, you know, minus the hardcore snuff. Although I completely forgot up until someone mentioned it recently, there was a sequel to 8mm.
Oh, I think I knew that vaguely. For some reason, every Nick Cage movie gets a sequel. Fucking Deadfall got a sequel.
Yeah. I only really knew about it because Julie Benz from Buffy and Dexter has a role in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I recognize that name from Dexter, and I recognize very few actors' names.
Played Rita, the wife.
Yeah.
But it was direct to video, went completely under the radar. Apparently, it's absolutely atrocious. I've never seen it.
I believe it. Oh, there was your 20 seconds of Resident Evil references.
Yes.
Take that off
Mandatory.
your list.
Even if you're not making a game that's, deliberately aping every other part of the PS1 horror aesthetic, you've got to have the door animation.
Yep. Wrapped again. Finally made it in the school, and now we're never getting out. Until school starts again tomorrow.
And I don't think I've ever been in a school or a college or anything that had roll down security shutters.
Yeah, that seems unlikely.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, I know schools in America are ramping up security for reasons. And some of them probably have it, but they didn't in the 90s, and I don't think Japanese schools would be especially eager to install them.
Yeah, Japanese schools definitely not, but I don't know if anyone knows if that's a thing in schools now. It'd be interesting to find out. Oh, so hello, Carol.
Yep, we are indeed here on the internet talking about video games and other things.
Where we live. Video games, us playing a game, talking about video games in obscure horror movies, just for a change.
And sci-fi novelty records from the 70s and 80s.
That is a change, I will say.
Definitely not a mid-2000s OS.
That is Windows 95.
Yeah. I'm not a sysadmin. Failure to deliver to Dr. Tomo. Geographical inconveniences prevented the delivery vehicle from making the scheduled delivery.
Shit's on fire, yo.
Yep. Mild apocalypse. Reforming geography itself. Please advise.
Somewhere between Silent Hill and Evil Dead 2.
More sinkhole discussion.
Okay, so the sinkholes are real for now.
Yep. They seem to be understood by people besides ourselves and acknowledged as such, which didn't really happen in Silent Hill. Unless you want to interpret there was a hole here.
They really hammered home well, from the second one onwards, really. That just because you were seeing it doesn't mean it was real.
Yeah. And it wasn't real. Like if you went into you'd be in the foggy world and there would be sinkholes in places where there weren't ones in the dark world and weren't ones in the light world, so as you went from reality to reality, the environment itself would change. Keycard. You do have access to that. One new room.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of government stuff does still run on older systems, in part because it works, and in part because it's harder for outside bad actors to gain access to it.
Yeah, honestly, it does make a lot of sense.
Like the nuclear launch codes were famously kept on floppy disk for years up until the 2000s. Allegedly. Don't know how much of that is true and how much is propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, AI is not going to randomly tell people all your passwords if you're using Windows 95.
Also, a lot of the people that would be able to do stuff like that would be more familiar with modern day operating systems and so on than something that's like 30, 40 years old.
Ah, the comfort of white noise.
Yep, gotta have complete silence. Sorry.
Yep. That is effectively a save room, although this game has no saves, and if you turn it off, you do have to start from the beginning.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
harsh.
It's designed to be completed in one sitting.
Does it at least have checkpoints and continues?
That is what we just did. Turning on a TV with static on it.
Hello.
If you have any life-threatening issues, that is where you will respawn.
Okay.
Classic symbols for computers. And scary analog horror movie. It's clearly a cassette tape, just being filmed in a scary way.
I'd say a lot of the analog horror guys are starting to like put stuff on magnetic tape and then film it, rather than just using the same 3 overlays.
Yeah.
Which anyone that grew up with VHS as we did, like you can spot the difference a mile away.
Yay.
Oh,
Morty.
him look. Oh, so fancy.
Up, he's a curl.
Oh, so CP.
Ooh, a new one.
Pretty cat.
Aw.
Oh, the baby.
Avoid not to be avoided.
Well, I think that is probably the best thing that we're going to see all stream. So thanks for coming along.
Guaranteed, yeah. And it was optional.
No, it wasn't.
Good point.
Absolutely not. Are you mental?
But yeah, a lot of like analog horror and other, basically just any horror creators are investing in actual VCRs and stuff, learning how to use them, convert their digital videos to actual tapes, and then convert them back for YouTube upload and whatnot.
Yeah, it's genuinely really cool to see.
Yeah.
So, they did that with WNUF Halloween special movie, where they filmed it on, I think they just filmed it on like an old camcorder. I can't remember if they used like an old one or a new one. I think it was an old one. And then recorded it onto VHS and did that like 4 or 5 times so the picture quality degraded. So it looks like the real deal, like something that was recorded in like the early to mid 80s.
Are.
Also a fun movie.
These are the actual late homework pages.
Ah, okay. I was wondering.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure what they were, if they were like key cards or something.
Yeah, when I played this game, I figured that out, that they were the late homework. When I collected the last one, and it said, all assignments collected.
So wait, this is a world with human-like cats, but also real cats. You know what? I'm overthinking it.
It's the
Just
Pluto
repeat to
Goofy
yourself,
conundrum.
it's just some cats. I should really just relax.
There are 2 real cats. Everyone else is a anthro.
I think we're working on BoJack Horseman rules here.
Maybe.
Friend
Or-
chicken, eating chicken.
Maybe Rocco's Modern Life rules, where Spunky
Yep.
is inexplicably a dog.
Never realized until I got online and someone mentioned it that Rocco was meant to be a wallaby.
That's where I learned the word wallaby. Say wallaby a lot in that show. There's even a pun about it in one of the later seasons. They find a eagle who eats wallabies primarily, and when Filbert finds that out, Rocco says, "What did you just say, wallaby?" And he said, "I said, well, I'll be."
Oh, that's a bit of a torturous pun.
Yep.
See, I only ever got to see random episodes of it because we got like 1 season of it on terrestrial TV, and that was very rarely. You know, they would preempt it with other shows and that. And after that, it just went straight to cable and satellite, which I didn't have up until like years later.
I have it on DVD.
Cool.
One of my favorite shows.
An obligatory, you turn the page, you wash your hands. You turn the page, you wash your hands. You turn the page, you wash your hands.
I just saw yesterday someone reference one of the best jokes ever, which was there's a guy in a comic book shop, because Rocco works at a comic book shop, and he goes on this long rant about how elf maidens, once you see them in the comic book, you'll never be able to be attracted to a real woman again because the elf maidens are too impressive. And the guy he's talking to in the comic book shop says, "Wow, you're an idiot."
They both make good points.
Yep. Just a perfect shutdown for all nerds forever in the 90s. Oh, by the way, Cthulhu's here.
Get those face noodles out of the way.
The monster glitches the screen when it's around and persists when you go into rooms and stuff. If we're quiet and we keep the light off, we should be able to sneak around, although it did see us, but it was too late. It can't open doors. It's not a raptor from Dino Crisis.
Or Jurassic Park.
Never write squelching on a chalkboard.
Just try and avoid writing it anywhere if you can.
Probably,
No one
yeah.
likes it.
Loud wafting.
I can understand the
Case.
stink holes making the skull tilt to an angle, but giant holes in the wall.
Yeah, this seems like someone was cask of Amontillado and tried to break out. Immured is the word. That means put behind a wall. I don't know why they decided that was
We
worthy of a
actually
word,
have
but
a term for that in Scotland. It's called getting put behind a wall.
beautiful language.
So I've heard. I don't see it myself.
Has there always been a fence in front of the exit?
I don't think so.
meat. Has there always been a thick web of meat here?
I mean, you're a cat. I have seen cats eat their own vomit. Start chewing.
True, yeah. Thick web of meat is like the delicacy that cats dream of when they sleep and kick their little legs.
If it was my Chester, he'd be like, that's a challenge.
Gossip in the bathroom. Hey, I unlocked a new costume simply by running around.
You're going the distance.
Oh. Excuse me, monster. So the thing about this door is, it teleports you. See how on the map it doesn't go anywhere?
Yeah.
So it sends you to the stairwell in the opposite corner of the map.
Okay.
Good for monster
That's to
saves.
help you avoid noodle face.
Yep. It is excellent for that purpose.
Yeah, once a cat throws up, you've either got 5 seconds to clean it up before someone else goes in for the kill, or you only find out about it as you step in it first thing in the morning while you're half asleep in bare feet.
Damn right.
Nothing worse than the feeling of lukewarm cat sick just squelching between your toes.
Yeah. That's one of those occupational hazards of being owned by a cat. I kind of missed it. I only got it on screen for a second. There was a ghost in this room when I walked in.
Ah, okay.
I walked away and
must have missed it.
Yeah.
The Tal has a habit of eating these crunchies too fast, and now 2-3 hours later.
Yeah, we have a very specific feeding method to keep our cats from puking, because the one who's afraid of everything will scarf everything down in case someone steals it. And to prevent that, we cut the food into tiny little chunks and spread it out as much as possible, so he has to eat it slowly. And one time, like a couple months ago, he got all of his food, and then he went for the dry food that we keep in the corner, and he ate all of that as well, as quickly as he could. And he puked all the way down an entire hallway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just made a point.
That's the thing that always makes me laugh in a way, is they go bleh, and sort of shuffle over a couple of feet and go, also here. Bleh.
Yep.
And they shuffle over another couple of feet and they're like, also here.
I'm neutered, so I don't want to mark, but I do want to make a mess, so let's cover about 150 square feet with puke.
You've heard of a statement wall? Same principle, just much stinkier.
Redesign the carpet, why don't you? Large bookcase with a draft coming from behind it. And one book missing. Got an assignment, but it is behind bars. Someone arrested my assignment.
Where it belongs, really.
Yep. This implies that we are going to grow massive strength and be able to tear down fences before the end of this game.
Oh, cool. Tiny Cat Ultimate Disruption.
There's a consolation assignment. I am gonna have to find a door. Safety, because it looks like there's a monster right on my heels. Seal of Samael.
Oh. Also, Dante's apparently been here.
Yeah, it's true.
300 red orbs in order to open that.
Yeah, we gotta have him kill all the marionettes.
Now I want to see that tiny cat do the intro to Devil May Cry 3, the Crazy Party. Just picturing her flailing a sword randomly above her head.
Alright, teleported back across the map. Have I hit all the rooms? Surely there's something I'm missing. Oh wait, I got a new item. There it is.
Ah, yeah, the step ladder.
Yep. Now to remember where science lab is. Surely I drew it somewhere on this map. There it is.
And around the corner.
Yeah, I guess I didn't draw the actual puzzle aspect. I think I did. Maybe I just, or I should have. Maybe I just didn't properly interact with it in game. So this trail is what the monster leaves behind.
Well, that's just unsanitary.
Yeah, no wonder this place is always such a mess.
See, now I'm just thinking of the bit from the Venture Brothers where they talk about dabbing.
Must have missed
Stop
that
saying
one.
dab. You gotta try this. Feels like some guy with a fever is screaming at my junk.
I do remember that line. And I will just carry a open bottle of acid through the hallways.
But you should just say, you guys can't see this, but I've got the stream on my screen. My cat Tal has been sitting beside me, and he just decided to step up and start patting the screen where the player character was.
Nice. What an honor. If you had taken a video of that, we could have sent it to the dev. Maybe gotten a free copy of their next game.
I'm like, no, she's not your girlfriend. You don't even have testicles anymore. Genuinely expected this to behave like Magical Nitro in Castlevania 64. Lucky enough not to have played the N64 Castlevanias. Not for particularly long.
Yeah. And there's no, like, tiny inclines that you could drop off of, although right here. And we could have dropped down there, exploded, had to restart the game from the static screen. I always wanted to play through Castlevania 64, particularly the re-release that came out like a year after the first game because everyone hated the first game.
Yeah, with a slightly better camera and 2 new characters.
Yeah, you could play as a werewolf.
Well enough, I was watching a video earlier today which mentioned Castlevania Judgment, which was the fighting game that was on the Wii.
Huh.
And in that, Cornell, rather than being a werewolf, is a knight with werewolf armor. And he has I think he has like a rage gauge that you build up so that he attacks more bestially.
Wonder if that's the game where the guy from Castlevania Bloodlines, his weapon is actually called the Alucard Spear instead of the Arucard Spear.
Possibly. I know that it was Eric Lecard from Bloodlines.
Yeah.
And he is like a 10-year-old rather than like an adult man in that version.
The US version of that game got censored because he was too much of a twink. And they thought American audiences wouldn't want to play as a pretty boy. So they manned him up a little. And they made John Morris so manly as to be like, he could crush Rick from Splatterhouse into a little cube. His arms are so big and beefy.
It's a tiny sprite, and he still looks like he is made out of several brick shit houses stapled together.
Yeah, the art for Castlevania Bloodlines is hilarious.
Are Legacy of Darkness plot spoilers okay? Yeah, I don't see any reason not to.
Yeah, I would barely know the context, and I will probably never get around to playing Legacy of Darkness.
Yeah,
Castlevania 64, the re-release.
Yeah,
From 1998 or something.
I haven't gone near it since the game originally came out, and even then I only played like demo units in music stores.
Yeah, the cartridge used to be like $20, but now these game prices went through the roof, and it's like 70.
Yeah, and that's just for the cartridge by itself.
Yep. I mean, most
got the-
N64 games are cartridge by themselves because they package them in fucking cardboard, and the boxes never held up.
Yeah, just N64, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, GBA, pretty much anything before PS2 that wasn't a PS1 game came in the flimsiest box possible. Sorry.
Slightly delayed reaction. Still counts. They accidentally installed sugar glass.
I got the PS2 version of the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller years ago.
Ooh.
Got it for about, I think it was about 50 quid, so about $70, $80 at the time. And it now regularly retails on eBay for anywhere between 150 to 250 if it's in good condition.
Is it as virtually unusable as it looks?
Oh, absolutely, but it's so much.
Yeah, I'd still use it. I have no shame.
It's a really cool touch is that if you hold it like with the blade pointing down, I say blade, it's it's shiny plastic, but whatever. Then you can like run, but if you lift it up like you're about to saw something, then Leon will raise his gun. It's a really stupid thing, but it's such a nice touch.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It's definitely cool. It's designed to be cool, and it succeeds.
And it comes in a big display box. Like if you don't know what we're talking about, go have a look at it. There's two versions. There was one for the GameCube, which was a bright yellow one, and one for the PS2, which was orange. The GameCube one is like mustard yellow, and the PS2 one is cheese powder orange. They are objectively disgusting looking.
They do sound like they'd make good toppings, so there's that.
Depends what you're putting them on, I suppose.
Yeah. Mustard has its uses. We got a key, and it's probably a bathroom key. Why wouldn't it be? I don't like the fact that the screen got all glitchy. Thankfully, we can open doors with our spine. Our tail is prehensile, so we can like walk through a door and just immediately open it again by hitting the interact button, despite having our back turned to it.
Yeah, that's right. Legacy of Darkness, the two new stories that were added were like prequel. The whole reason Dracula was able to revive early in 64 was because Cornell gave up his powers to save his girlfriend, I think. They were stolen in the final cutscene.
Ah, the days when they cared about the fact that Dracula's only supposed to be able to revive every 100 years. Then they made 1,000 Castlevania games, so it became impossible for him to revive so infrequently without them setting the games
they changed
in the
it
distant future.
fairly quickly to once every generation, quote unquote.
47 is our password. Should be easy to remember.
Not Hitman.
Yeah. Him and the Oliphant.
Although maybe it should be 37.
Almost certain.
Don't all applaud at once, please. It's embarrassing for everyone.
He ate my head.
Oh! You no longer have a skull!
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I showed that off. There is a costume that only unlocks if you get through the game deathless, but it's fine. There's also a costume that unlocks the first time you die, so there's that. Make your choice. Live or die.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was a knight with a gun was the other new character that was added.
Hmm.
It's meant to be set in like the late 1700s, early 1800s, and he's got a revolver for some reason.
That game also has motorcycles, famously. The motorcycle
Yes,
skeleton.
motorcycle skeletons.
Yeah. Iconic.
Everyone remembers that ship. And one of the PS2 games. There was the second one. I forget what it was called. But the main character can create new weapons, and he has like electric guitars which he can swing around, lightsabers.
Nice.
I guess pretty silly. Very fun game though.
I think it's this room over here. It says on the map it's called the locker room, and then you get over to it and it's called the janitor's closet. School is saving money by doubling up.
Yeah, I was wondering about the piss room.
Why?
Because they've obviously taken the pee.
Ah. I think I know where the book is for the bookshelf. Statue holding the book had a little inscription about how we need to find a golden orb.
Oh, that'd be the one that the letter said that they flung down the toilet, I think it was.
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right. If someone talked about throwing an orb down the toilet, that is likely to be the very same. Into the janitor closet locker room. The thing is, it actually is a locker room and a janitor's closet, so put on this school for keeping everything well labeled to some extent. Mystery medicine in the lockers.
I do love my unlabeled jars of pills.
Yeah. But they're running out. The drugs are too popular.
There is enough there to trade for so many children in Appalachia.
They've got a whole student body to drug up.
Apparently so.
Yep, this is the shipment that couldn't get here.
So they are actually doping up their students. That's actually kind of expected for a Japanese school.
Yeah, horror game like this. Wonder if there was like an actual school like poisoning over a prescription incident of some kind that all these games are referencing. It does come up a lot.
Would not surprise me.
Yeah.
I remember back when I was in primary school, so that was like ages 5 to 12, roughly. There was supposedly someone who took some paracetamol, was given it by the school nurse, and because they didn't realize they were allergic to it, nearly died.
Hmm.
Don't know how true that is, whether it's just like actually true or if it was just like school rumor, but that was a story that was going around for years.
And my understanding was that in the 70s, like, school nurse would give you all sorts of hardcore drugs.
Mm.
And if you died, well, cautionary tale.
If you died, it was because your bloodline was weak.
Yeah, basically.
What's that? Skinned your knee? Have some Demerol.
One step above bloodletting.
Man, I would kill for this much storage space. This many shelves.
Looks like someone did.
Yeah. Me, probably.
I believe it. Aw, girls'
Stop
bathroom
giving
key.
children red pills. Yeah, did we not learn anything from Silent Hill?
Yep. Uh-oh, another jump scare. This one has
Ah,
consequences, though. We actually got locked in. And the blood is alive somehow.
too many bugs.
Nice.
One of my favorite items in any game. Love me a crowbar.
Yep. They are very handy. I've been working an extremely physical remodeling job. And we use a lot of crowbars to destroy old, bad construction.
I, a few years ago, worked setting up and then working in a laser tag kind of place. And yeah, we had like a week to basically get this one, I get the play area for it, um, cleaned up, all the stuff that was there scrapped, and get everything redone. There were a lot of sledgehammers and crowbars involved.
Got the girls' room key. Gotta survive to get to the girls' room. Up. Maybe I'll take the long way.
Might be an idea.
Although by the time I get to the other end, the monster will have caught up. Try this. Where does this teleport? Good. Now that's making it worse.
So who's seen Jacob's Ladder?
Yep. Unavoidable. I'm sure at this point, like, most Jacob's Ladder references aren't even referencing Jacob's Ladder. They're just trying to
Yeah,
reference
at
what
this
it was
point they are
referenced
all
by.
referencing Silent Hill.
Yep.
I actually picked up Jacob's Ladder on Blu-ray a month or two back. I'm meaning to get around to rewatching it, but I keep forgetting that I own it now.
Yep.
Got it
Weirdly,
on
I
DVD, but all my DVDs are in storage now.
don't seem to have a... Oh, I used the key, but I didn't open the door. That was weird.
Hmm.
First time that's happened. Feeling
Did
like a
they?
zombie. Didn't get any sleep. Suzu is boring. Or like Mrs. Snoozu.
Oh,
Got her.
consider her put on blast.
I think we can assume these are Mitsuki's notes. gradually getting more lethargic, harder to focus, becoming a worse student. Red glow in the stall.
Don't go in there, it's filled with poo.
Gold-colored orb in the toilet, though.
Someone really needs to take a look at their diet if that's what they're leaving behind. Incidentally, if you've seen the Holy Mountain, that's even funnier. What kind of sick weirdo would do that?
Yep. We finally got Heather to put her hand in the toilet. It only took 20 years.
I remember the first time I saw that, and I was like, I appreciated it just for how out of place it was in a Silent Hill game.
That is one of the scenes that only plays if you also have a Silent Hill 2 save on your memory card.
Yep.
If you don't, you just
there's
get
another couple,
the flavor text.
but it's mostly just dialogue, yeah.
Yeah, something about your, like, the box of letters and the apartment.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at them, then it says no letters here, not even from a dead wife.
Ah.
Wait, why did I say that?
Okay, that was not as good as the toilet one.
Yeah.
There's also a
Toilet
bathroom
you
with...
think is going to be a homage, and then she just goes, "God no, what are
Yeah.
you, a freak?"
This bathroom has sinks and mirrors on one side across from the stalls, and sinks and mirrors on this side, adjacent to the stalls. Honestly, not too bad.
And full reflections, which is putting it a step above most AAA games.
Yeah, honestly, now that you mention, those were solid reflections that I never appreciated before. If only you slowly decayed in your reflection and lost health while it happened.
To be honest, I was expecting that to happen.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite moments in the third one.
Yeah, it's certainly memorable. It was my best remembered part of Silent Hill 3 for the longest time.
Oh, it's little sweat droplets. I was wondering what those bubbles coming off your head were.
Yeah,
Is
they're
that
very
bubble?
neon. Sometimes the anime touches don't really mesh with the deadly serious and really Western aesthetic of a lot of this game. Because it's so based on Silent Hill. Silent Hill is decidedly an American setting. Even though this is not, it still feels so much like Silent Hill.
Vaguely remember the idea for the first one was we're doing an American-style game.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, Americans presumably doing a Japanese-style game.
Yeah. Which I think Soda Raptor is Western. Maybe not American, maybe European or something. Uh-oh, monster. He'll go to the bathroom real quick.
Cutting out the middleman. Okay, so this is the boys' room.
Yep. What's left of it? Clearly much more poorly maintained than the girls' room.
I mean, pretty much every school or college I went to when I was younger, yeah, the boys' room was desolate.
Yep. Although, what a nightmare scenario to have them in opposite corners of the school.
Oof.
I think the library's over here. Probably check before I go opening doors. I think the library is not where we want to deliver this book, ironically.
Yeah, wasn't it one of the storage rooms?
That's not the right door. Maybe I'll stop here. And Heather Hanako doesn't know how to break glass in case of emergency. So we have to
Oh, it's
unlock
not
the
an emergency
case.
yet. Just mildly inconveniencing.
Yep. Yeah, this definitely does not count as an emergency. We are merely being chased by Cthulhu. Apparently a, reasonable enough scenario that Hanako has barely made a mention of it.
She's not much for self-introspection, apparently.
Yeah, and we're still focusing primarily on getting the homework. So we have
She's
our
got
own priorities.
Got to give her that.
Yep. VHS tapes. All of them labeled 1992 to 2009.
And here's where we get the starting up a YouTube channel for Analog Horror minigame.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was a minor jump scare with the mirror.
Even the safe rooms are scary. This game is legit kind of scary for how, cutesy the aesthetic is. The whole stalker and the fact that you can't, fight him, he just chases you and eats you. Tears your entire head off. It's legitimately threatening.
So is there that saying that there's an exit there, or is it just standard placeholder text for basically everything?
Yeah, flavor text. Blocked up. Can't go past the garbage. Doesn't seem like there's...
Oh, yeah, because there's a door over on the right there.
Yep. Yeah, they did not adapt the flavor
text. That's what
text.
it'll be referring to. It's the whole section.
Yep.
Rather than just in front of the door.
Another earthquake, more sinkholes.
Cutting off the amount of areas that you can go to.
Big time, yeah. The teleportation doors are no longer accessible.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yep.
It's like, hang on a minute, that's the warp doors, isn't it?
Yeah. Those, in my blind playthrough, were an excellent way to avoid the monster.
Yeah, not anymore, they're not.
Get in the door, damn it. The monster was in the way. It was between the camera and the door, so I couldn't quite see where I was going.
Also, is it me, or did he have a big speed boost there?
Could be.
Looked like he was moving more quickly than previous.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, he always moves pretty quickly. We might have just had a better angle at his full run animation.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, because normally we only see him in the second or two before he grabs us, or would grab us. That's not good. Fine, I guess he'll have no lives. Rude. No way. Yep, back to beginning of the school.
Oh, the very beginning. Oh,
Yeah.
oh damn. That's mean.
Yeah, it is.
Like, if I would say, if you're gonna do that, do it like the last to the most recent map change. So you know, when you
Also, the
when you
earthquake.
did all that, and the sinkholes opened up. I think it's rained in the UK every day since January 1st. It was going around on Twitter, the Everything app, the other day, and people were like, "What's worse, the fact that it's rained every day, or the fact that no one's noticed until they've read this?" And it's like, you've got me there.
Yeah, that is an insufferable amount of rain, but it's also an entire nation known for its rainfall. So
Yeah, well, like I said, like I hadn't even noticed. It's the UK, we expect these things. Yeah, yeah. We're currently in full spring, where we're expecting it to be full on spring, but there's like snow randomly in the afternoon. I'm not joking. The weather forecast pretty much every day for the last week has said a wintry mix, which is rain and snow.
yeah, I believe it. I mean, it keeps fluctuating between 80 and 40 here. So
Mm. Yeah, I've got a friend in Jersey who's been saying the same thing.
yep.
Like, she'll get out of her car going to work, and she'll be like, "Oh, it's quite a nice day," and then she'll get to the front steps of her the school that she works at, and it'll just start chucking it down with rain.
Monster, cut me a break.
It's the first time I've seen something clingy to a cat.
Yeah, I do think the monster's location is persistent throughout the entire game. It is just always making the rounds,
Hmm.
occasionally switching from clockwise to counterclockwise.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
That's the way I want to go.
Oh,
I guess I'm gonna have to loop the entire school to get around this monster.
nope.
No glitches, so surely we're safe. We're not safe.
You're so not safe.
How about now?
Marginally more safe now.
Yep. Never felt safer in my life. There's the monster. Also,
Oh, hey.
got my super strength finally. Past the Shimigami Tensei door. I think it's the next door that has.
Glad I wasn't the only one thinking that.
Hey, a new homework assignment. I guess because I didn't go in this room before because I knew I didn't need it to.
If this is the back rooms, I swear to God. Oh no, it's Local 57.
Or Midsommar. Or The Abyss.
Boiling hot magma. Do not look at it.
Something like that.
I can say do not look.
I feel educated.
I learned something today.
Yeah. And I unlocked the chalkboard.
That a code of some description, or
Must be. Here's one for my zoomers. So, hills, abyss, mountains, magma, entity, river.
first letter of each, maybe?
Yeah. Spelling hammer.
Ah,
415591.
hey.
That is how you get it.
That is a big-ass key.
It really, really is.
That key is the size of your head.
It is a makeshift hammer, if need be. Also jump scare.
Whenever I do those, I'm always afraid that I'm going to sound like Hank Hill. Whoa!
That is not something to fear. That is something to embrace.
Dang it, Bobbin.
Nine Slab, save me.
Well, someone's feeling sassy.
Get out of here. Trying to upstage me.
I've played Condemned. Which apparently, before Monolith got shit-canned by Warner Brothers, was about to get a remake.
Oh.
Remake or remaster. Don't know how true it was, but apparently, yeah, that was on the cards.
Yeah, I mean, remakes are a little on the overrated side. Probably don't need as many as we get, but sometimes it's nice to have accessibility on modern consoles.
Yeah, especially considering the 360 is a bitch and a half to emulate.
Yeah. I still have a working one, but the controllers are dying. I would need... I think I have the means to hook up a PS2 controller to an Xbox 360.
I don't think I have the strength to use it as a weapon.
I believe that was what she said.
Hmm.
We are not going to kill the monster with this hammer. Probably.
Yeah, I actually have two 360s. One an HDMI one and one an earlier version which didn't have HDMI. Yeah, I had to get a new one because the well, I had the plain one, and then I had to get a second-hand one with HDMI because the cables just weren't working on my at the time it was like a 40-inch flat screen. And no matter what I did, I just could not get it to put through a TV signal. I tried with like 3 or 4 different sets of cables. All worked fine on my monitor, PC monitor, but would not work whatsoever on my TV. So I wound up getting a cheap second-hand one for like 40 quid, which weirdly was actually the Resident Evil 5 one. It was blood red.
Yeah, this
Didn't come with the
360
special
was
controller,
essential. And it's,
unfortunately,
when it was relevant, the 360 was essential. Last good Microsoft's, only good Microsoft console.
I would say if you got it chipped or hacked, the original Xbox was a very close second place.
Yeah, it certainly had its uses, but out of the box, it was certainly difficult to get your money's worth.
Yeah. Once you got XBMC installed on it, then fucking A is the best console for the time.
Yep.
second best. It was still lacking in good games, but you could emulate the shit out of everything.
It was basically a computer, because that's all Microsoft understood.
Yep. And then the 360, they were like, oh yeah, what if we put good games on it as well? And then after that, they were like, what are games? Return the slab of stuff on my cars.
Yep. This guy locked himself in the boiler room.
With a nice barrel of wine. Welcome, Uncle Adam. Trying to think of which games on the original Xbox I actually remember and liked. The problem was, most of the games that were good on the Xbox, I got for the PS2, along with so many other good games.
Yep.
Which weren't on the Xbox. Also, those two blood stains on the book kind of remind me of the white Pikmin.
Adorable. Maybe it was Captain Olimar's notebook.
Yeah, possibly. Panzer Dragoon Orta. Yeah, I still have my copy of that. That, Gun Valkyrie, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and a couple of others. Toki 1 and 2 were pretty good, but were also, like, really fiddly and complex to play.
The middle word of every, or the last word of every line is one of the directions.
Ah.
What am I doing wrong here? First one is middle, man in the middle. All that I have left, always right. Split them down the middle. He's trapped forever. And it will never be right again. Okay. I think I was swapping the second and third. Can't have that. There we go. Got a seal. The prisoner's placard.
The Eye of Metatron.
I should probably take it. Yeah. Excellent cinematography in that room.
Alright, cat through a wall. Now we're talking about language.
I know Crysis 3 is still Xbox original exclusive and cannot be backwards compatible on any other console.
Yes. If I remember correctly, because the one thing I will say that the Microsoft have done right with the Xbox is the fact that it is backwards compatible right the way back to the original.
Oh yeah.
Which, you know, that absolutely has to be applauded. And the fact that, like, it was, I forget the guy's name, I was watching someone on YouTube talking about it, and this was when, I think it was the Xbox One, you could still install Linux in it, which meant you could emulate pretty much everything up to the PS2, I believe. And he had, like, he was wanting to play, oh god, what was that one RPG? It was like the only RPG on the 360. Lost Odyssey, that was it. He wanted to play it, but he couldn't find a copy of it, and he wound up getting a copy off eBay, but rather than the American version, it was the Japanese version which he received. Puts it in the machine, and it starts downloading the American English version of the game.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he was like, I was not expecting that to be easy, let alone as easy as it was.
Yeah, that's uncommon among most Xbox 360 games. That one was a more region-locked console than the PS3 by far.
Yep.
PS3 had 2 region-locked games on the entire console. Now, to be fair, it
Yeah,
only
I
had
remember.
like 10 games on the entire console, but they weren't
PS3
region-locked.
has no games, lol. Yeah, I got my 360 before I got my PS5, and I remember when I was packing all my stuff up to move to my current place. I was like, why do I have like 4 times as many 360 games as I do PS5? And then I remember, oh wait, it's because you had the 360 for like 4 years before you got the PS3, dumbass. You played everything on the 360, and all that was left was system exclusives.
Yeah. I mean, the PS3 is kind of unfortunate, but I do think they should revive it. Because it still has a functioning shop. You can still buy PS1 games.
Yep.
The stuff on the shop is unique to the PS3 still, which is wild.
Yep. Still can't get anything like Tokyo Jungle anywhere else.
Oh, yeah. Locking the one door I need again. Looks like we got a long wait before we can solve this next puzzle. Definite tragedy about this game is that, especially towards the end, it becomes a waiting game
Mm,
as our teleportation options are cut off.
yeah.
Evidence of monster. In we go.
Okay, that is right out of Silent Hill 1.
Yes.
The camera angle, the lighting, everything. From nowhere, if I remember correctly.
Kind of makes sense because we're entering the sort of nowhere portion of this very short game.
Mm.
Hills are
And
becoming more
they're on the
frequent.
good ship.
Yeah. Homework getting harder to do. No one cares. August 12th. Someone arrested our homework again. We'll get in there. First, we gotta find a hotspot somewhere. There we go.
I was gonna say, if this is like the only item in the game that you actually need to physically push, that is a dick move.
Yep. Not the case, thankfully. Although that would be incredibly PS1.
Mm.
Typical millennial, she can't put her
Also,
phone down to pull the lever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't sure if like that was her phone or if she was like using her whole body weight to try and pull it down.
Both.
Yeah, it
Body
looked like
weight
she
plus
put her
phone.
leg up on the wall.
Yeah. I think that was because I
Yeah,
had the flashlight out when I pulled the lever.
Hmm.
So kind of mess with the animation a little.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if that was intentional, that was just adorable.
Yep.
Awesome, free time.
Yeah. Dr. Tomo, we can definitely trust. We're going to stay in his office.
Nothing wrong with an underage girl being told to stay in a authority figure's office all the time.
And
Also,
take all
please
the
take all the
pills.
pills. Yeah. That is not a horror movie waiting to happen.
Nope. Yeah, this is the main plot point where if this had come out after Silent Hill F, I'd have said,
Yeah.
too much, too close. You blew it.
One of those weird coincidences, I guess.
Yep. Mind control drugs
No,
were sort of the
trying-
thing in Silent Hill from the beginning, though, so
Yeah.
it's not a huge stretch to make them into pills that they prescribe at school.
Next logical step, really.
Yep,
Also, it appears that she's contracted the menopause.
a little bit.
Oz the Great and Powerful. Oh.
I
Well,
wish
that
this
was
is
an
how.
inappropriately timed joke.
Yep. Wish this is how Wizard of Oz ended. So don't look behind the curtain. Hanging corpse.
Gently swinging in the breeze. Oh. This is why we don't let Tim Burton take a stab at these things.
Nope, definitely not Mitsuki. Don't even worry about it. Just an elaborate pinata.
David Carradine's comeback tour. He's not very good at word association, is she?
Nope. Didn't even find anything to be.
tasty.
Yeah. Didn't find anything to be especially itchy or tasty. Is where I was going with that.
I imagine the rope burn around the neck is a bit itchy.
True.
Too soon?
Bye, Voltiel.
I guess we know where noodle features came from.
Yeah, I mean, not every day you see Cthulhu get aborted into a blood pit.
Maybe if you played the Bloodborne DLC recently, then yeah.
Yeah. It's just not every day. It's every, like, third, fourth day. A couple times a week, but
At least in my experience.
yeah.
Did I tell you that I'm on new medication?
See? No corpse. It was a key all along. Key of salvation.
That's like a Resident Evil 1 and Silent Hill 1 reference.
Yep.
It's got a diamond in it, and it's also the dang it. Yay, vodka. Oh.
Hey, we got a
Okay, so-
promotion, though.
It
Well-
looks like a bottle of booze.
Yeah, it did. It really did. But the vodka is in the teacher's lounge. Don't you worry about that.
I mean, one of my friends is a teacher, and I can state quite categorically that is true.
Yep.
Just saying that one of the teachers at one school that she worked at got busted for between classes going to the teachers' lounge and having a cheeky drink from a hip flask every hour or so.
Isn't
It
that
was like,
Veraxity?
apparently he was saying, like, I was being subtle about it, and they're like, that's not really the issue.
Yep, just yesterday the school got closed down for fucking drugging the students.
And it's already like this.
Yeah. School got a failing grade, and the inspector scrawled it across the wall in blood.
Just to make sure that everyone was on the same page.
All right, class is in session. But we still haven't finished our homework. The dog ate it.
Apparently the game's turned into mouthwashing.
A little bit, yeah.
It's nearly sunrise.
No flavor text anymore. But a little bit of homework. There we go.
I'm not sure if the game would benefit or suffer from having more little cat noises whenever you run.
True, yeah. They had them when we unlocked the folder of cat pictures. So they could have recorded that cat. Forced them to do
I mean,
more work.
I record my cats all the time, but that's only because they are fantastic.
Yep. I mean, Super Ego had Margot the Fat Guy as a frequent cat guest actor. This room no longer haunted. We have quelled the ghost, I guess. The floor is still hideous and would probably cause people to fall down.
This, ironically, would only be improved by copious amounts of blood on the floor.
Yeah. Pit stop in the bathroom. It is still in absolute disarray and completely unfinished.
Again, just like every men's room I've ever been in.
Yep. Even the graffiti on the wall. Although apparently the implication is that the graffiti has been cleaned and it's ghost graffiti that only exists in the mirror. Because if you look over the actual urinal, no graffiti.
Unless someone wrote it in the actual mirror itself.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, it's not inverted. If it was in the mirror, it should be backwards. We... Oh, they blocked off the toilet. Now we gotta wash our hands in the sink. Need to hurry and find those pages.
You're a cat, just lick them clean.
We found a hanging corpse and a monster. But we are more concerned with homework.
Japanese school kids have weird priorities.
It's true. Some things are worse than death, and that is an F.
Failing grade.
Yep. Never read the first email in this timeline. Do not continue, Hanako. Do not continue, failure, expulsion.
Blood, darkness, sacrifice, medicine.
Medication, darkness, failure, expulsion.
Yeah, that's just what goes through my head when I wake up in the afternoon.
Yep. Dr. Tomo saying what we're all thinking. He also broke the
So
monitor.
what shall I do today? Failure, blood, death, desolation.
So apparently there's a code in one of the documents like in the courtyard somewhere. And this is an actual cheat code menu if you input that code. But I didn't find the code, so I don't get to use the actual cheats.
Oh, man.
Keycard lets me open the front gate if I have the password. What's the password?
Potato.
Okay. It only goes up to N.
Dang it.
So we failed at the first letter.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Shit. I can't even put in shit. It only goes up to N.
Can't even write ass or poo.
Yeah. Our profanity options are so limited.
You can write jelk.
There.
Oh, I'm offended. Also, it should be two Fs.
Yeah. Oh, apparently I can't clear the board, so there we go.
Thank you.
There was one word in incredibly large font, written in blood, and I have failed to spell it.
Maybe give that a do-over?
No. There we go.
I have to admit, I would not have thought of that.
It did take me a very long time on my blind run to crack that. I actually ran back to the room where it was written. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess it's kind of obvious in retrospect.
Yeah.
But first you have to realize that there is a password, then associated with the one word that you saw. Freedom. Been a long night.
Yeah, suddenly our ankle's giving out.
Yep. Now the school is closed for crimes against humanity, so we do have a slight extension on our homework due date. But we are prepared for that eventuality.
She looks like one of my cats when I wake him up. He has this sort of weird, sleepy old man face where he's like, what? What time is it?
Yeah, they definitely made the eyes like have bags under them.
Yeah. Like she looks how I feel.
Yep. Hashtag relatable Hanako.
Now watch you leave their folder on the bus.
We only got decapitated once. I don't know why we have 3 lives in this game instead of 9, but would have saved me about 10 minutes worth of trouble if we'd had 9.
Someone's just gonna walk along fine and be like, jackpot.
Final grade. Say it.
Eh.
Well, that would be worse than death, so I hope not. Damn you, Vine Sauce. Stop supporting things.
I keep getting Vinesauce clip channels in my YouTube recommendations.
I have
I'm, like,
blocked
absolutely
so
fucking
many
off.
Vine Sauce channels in my YouTube
Yeah.
recommendations.
Swear to God, they're like a virus.
Yep. Got all these beautiful items. I don't know what the time is measuring, but yeah, Worse than death. Really cool song, though.
That actually reminds me of some of the music from the old PS demo set.
Oh, yeah. The visuals, too.
Yeah. Guessing that's not a coincidence.
Yeah. So it seems like the implication is that Varaxidine takes you to an actual realm where you can, like, feed the deity, and they wanted to feed Mitsuki to the deity to birth it into the real world, maybe, or just keep it alive, sustain it. But it wouldn't accept her in the weird hidden room, so it died.
Yeah.
And so did she.
Is there just the one ending, or is there multiple?
I believe there's just the one ending. That's the same ending I got first time I played it.
Yeah.
But I also got enough the first time I played it. Maybe if you rank higher, you get a better ending. And here's the ninja we unlocked. Aw. It's a samurai pizza cat.
Cracking down on crime and you know it ain't baloney.
Oh yeah, late homework. Pretty damn cool game. Little heavy on the references. Surprisingly unforgiving. But
Yeah.
I like going for
I would
it.
say if I had any complaints, one would be that it is very simplistic, than it is just get key, use key, get
Yeah.
key, use key. And yeah, it does feel like it's relying a bit too heavily on references to other things. Cough, cough, Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the veil
Rather than just
over
being
the
like-
yeah.
Yeah, rather than just being like, we've got the visual style, you know what we're going for.
Mm-hmm. I definitely could have used a little more originality. There is plenty of it here,
Yeah.
but it all stems from Silent Hill. The new stuff is growing from a pot of Silent Hill dirt.
Yeah. Just have a bit more confidence in yourself and your ideas.
Absolutely. I'm very interested in the rest of Raptorsoft's work because it is meant to be referential to classic surreal games, but surreal and therefore very unique and impressionistic. So
Yeah.
interested in checking some of that out. They've got a new thing. It's a prequel to their LSD Dream emulator game that's already out, that they're working on now, that they're going to put out, I think, this year. Yeah, this game, towards the end, the waiting gets tedious, to say the least. And the use key, get key ceases to be obfuscated, and it's just that over and over again.
Oh, they're the ones that did Hypnagogia.
Yep.
I remember that when it came out, like 2021. It says here.
Yep.
And I remember YouTube just going mental over it.
Yeah, it was quite successful. Yeah, so interesting dev, interesting game. High production values, but tumbles in a few spots. Worth $4. I got this for $4, and I appreciate the experience for that price.